Calum, by no means a classic, but I suppose at this stage of the season it's just about getting the job done.
Yeah, not a great game. A great result, and it's great and massive what it represents, but I thought conditions spoiled it. This can be a really tough place to play when the conditions ain't great, and it can be who's got to win, who can go forwards. Tough pitch in the middle at times. So I'll take the result and take what it represents. And what I will say, I thought the endeavour and perseverance of our lads was outstanding, because we've had the big chance early doors, and I think it's a totally different game if we go one in front in the first half. But Southport are in the game, and I thought we just kept going, and the ball's come across the box, and there you go, Woodsy's there to a massive goal from a player it's a fine run of form for him. Been a big acquisition for us, shall we say, and that's paid off today.
Just before we go on to other things, just speaking about Connor, he's obviously had a difficult start by some accounts to start his Chester career, and he's probably had that monkey on his back, but now in the fine form he's in. What's that mean to you, being able to see a player who's been under that pressure be able to drag himself out and come up with moments like this?
I think a difficult start in the goals column, I think that's important. And if I was ever expecting Connor to score 20 goals, I was going to ask him to do something that he hadn't really done before. When Charlie Caton goes, within 48 hours of us signing Connor, it can change what that looks like. What Connor's been is everything we wanted, a hard-working, industrious forward that the lads love playing with, because his enthusiasm, his desire to take the ball, travel with the ball, has been massive. Naturally, forwards are judged on goals, and when you sign for a club like Chester, a big club for the level, where there's an expectation of pressure, it's a big adjustment from, we're a part-time club, but the mornings, it's a lifestyle change for Connor, a fan base where I reckon there were more in that away end today than there'll be at the vast majority of National League North grounds. And that comes with a pressure and an expectation, and I think he's delivered. I think his performance has been good. He's added the goals, that's 3 and 3. And that goal today is massive, and what that's worth. I think he's been unbelievable. I love working with him. I love his personality. I love what he's about. Everyone told me I'd love working with him. Love what he brings to the table, and that's a massive goal today to go with last week's match-winning goal as well.
It's playoffs now secured. Does that make you sleep a bit easier at night now?
Do you know what? It sounds stupid. I'm just embarrassed saying it, but a bit emotional at full time, because it's a tough old league, and we are a club where there's massive demands on you, and there's been enormous demands for 12 months. 12 months ago, we missed out on the playoffs. Been fortunate, been in the playoffs the year before. My first year at Chester, been in the playoffs. My previous club, you almost take for granted, I take for granted about yourself, that feeling of having something to play for at the end of the season. I'd never experienced anything like that, and I really struggled with it. And then this year's been tough. On the one hand, yeah, we were top with however many games to go, and we just couldn't quite keep pace. Tell you why, we give ourselves too much to do in the first half of the year. With 37 points at the halfway stage, to go, what do you need to then go and do to get to in around 90? 53 points. That's like title winning form and some, and we weren't a million mile away. And that's where, at the start of the season, it was always going to be a tough division. Questions have been asked. That's not a dig. Don't let anyone twist what I'm saying. It's tough. Young manager, that hurts. I have a real association with this club, and it hurts when I feel like we're not delivering, I'm not delivering. Yeah, I wear that around with me, and I have worn last season's disappointment with me for 12 months. And we're in it, and that is only worth what it's worth. We're in it, we get the chance to play for promotion. So delighted to be in it, for the club to have that chance. And no supporters, I thought the supporters today were magnificent. Over 1,000 again. How many times are Chester going to roll into town with... It's why people talk about the club, it's why people talk about the fan base, because there's a lot of clubs in this league, they can't pull that the way ours do. They can't, and I'm delighted for them that they get the chance to see the club play for promotion. But being in it isn't enough. We need to go and win it, and we'll enjoy the being in it because it means a lot, and then the work needs to turn to Monday. A win secures us a home game, and that's massive in that first round. And then we see where that journey takes us.
Is the most pleasing aspect of today the fact that it wasn't a classic, but you've got over the line, and maybe in games gone by you might have sort of staggered over the line, or maybe not even got the results that you probably deserve, but today you've managed to dig yourself over the line, and when you got that first, it looked like knocked the wind out of Southport, and it could have been 2 or maybe 3 if the rubber of the green went your way.
I think you're right. Look, I thought the game at times reflects the season. It's tough. It's a tough league, and you have to keep going. And we've been in a position now where, like, that's our 10th away win. They're not easy to come by in this league, and that's 10 away wins, and that's something that I'd be like, how many clubs have done that? How many times have our club done that? Our away record over 6, 7, 8 years probably hasn't been what we'd want it to be. We really struggled on the road early doors, didn't we? Really struggled to get going. Won 10 of those games. So a lot to be pleased about, because that's what you need. You need that perseverance. You need to be able to keep a clean sheet. You need to be able to dig in and just deal with it. And that's been us all season, just perseverance, not lose sight of the goal of, do I wish we'd won the league? Yeah, you know, like the other 23 teams that won't, like, that's the reality. Wish we'd won the league. But at the start of the season, everyone was clear around where we were going to go. And for us to have secured that with 2 games to spare, I think it's been 81 points. We have the chance on Monday to line up with a win, and we'll equal what we did 2 years ago, which is regarded as an unbelievable campaign. It's just times felt a bit different this year, and I've found that hard. I've found that really, really tough. So today's performance sums up what we've been like. What's in digging, grit, determination, stuff that you can't coach, the stuff that's in you. And when it comes to character and personality, our group have got so much of that.